Welcome back to the channel. I'm testing my brand new camera and microphone with a story time video. I do have an interesting story that I want to share with you guys. My story is about crime and I am the victim. So the crime took place in Athens during our vacation in May on the day of arrival. Athens was the last leg of the trip in Greece before heading back to Turkey. We had traveled from Milos. We got to Athens, and from Athens port we had to take a train to a place called Monastiraki. That is where our hotel was. So logistic wise, Monastiraki made sense because we wanted to go to the Acropolis, and from our hotel to the Acropolis it was a walking distance. But we did not research so much about the crimes that happened in Monastiraki, and we went into Monastiraki all naive. So now we arrive in Monastiraki, and the first thing that we noticed was the busyness of the area. There were people everywhere, tourists mostly moving up and down. So we decided to join the crowd because we had to locate our hotel. Halfway through the journey, we decided to stop and check how far we still had to go. A map was telling us 20 to 30 minutes. I never do this, but I decided to suggest this to my husband that it is getting dark and I don't want to slow down the journey, so he should go alone and locate our hotel, leave me where we were standing. It was more of like a central place. There were people and restaurants everywhere, so it didn't scream danger. At the time, we thought that was the right decision. My husband left and I remained seated next to a church, fixated in one direction, watching people enjoying that. And there was a restaurant in front of me and people outside that restaurant and people moving up and down. So I forgot about my surroundings basically. So my movement became limited because of the bags that I had. And I think that's when Mr. Thief came through and saw an opportunity. He was after my backpack. So I only got to realize when he started to pat my shoulder to make me realize that there's a mess on my jacket. And at that time, I did not realize that it is him who put the mess on the jacket. So when I turned to look at him, he was pointing upward to make it look like something dropped from the sky. That's why I have the mess, and now he's there to assist me with that mess, right? So I went with that story, but at the same time, I was dismissing him to go away. I was gonna sort that mess when I got to the hotel. I didn't have anything to clean my jacket. But since he's the thief, he had only one mission, and the mission was to take my bag. He did not leave me. And at that very same moment, my mind went to some article that I read about birds in Turkey, that sometimes they poop on you. So as well, my mind didn't discern that I'm no longer in Turkey, I am in Greece, right? So I was just playing that in my head, trying to reconcile to what was happening at that time. And then eventually I snapped out of that thought. The guy was still standing there pretending to wanting to help me. So I decided then that let me move away from him. So I decided to move to a corner. It was centimeters or meters apart from where I was sitting. So I took one bag at a time to that corner. The only mistake that I made was not to lean against the wall with the backpack. So when I got there, I still faced the wall and my backpack was facing him. So he came after me, and now he just made sure that my jacket becomes more dirty so that I will eventually want to take off the backpack and start cleaning my jacket, right? That is exactly what followed after. All I can say is when bad things are about to happen, you'll find yourself making odd decisions to suit the situation that is about to unfold in front of you. Now the guy, he pulls tissues so to show that he wants to help me, is not there to harm me. And then I give in to that situation. I'm taking off my bag, I'm putting it on the ground, I'm taking off my jacket. But at the same time, something came to mind that no, don't put your bag on the ground, because I could sense something is about to happen, but I didn't have the words to interpret it, right? And I thought, since he's alone, there's no way he'll be able to take my bag. And usually, guys, when I want to reach something in the bag, I just switch the direction. I just put it in front. But at that particular time, I didn't. It went to the ground. And while I'm giving that jacket, I'm praying that he doesn't feel that my jacket is heavy, because I had 2 phones in the jacket. But I'm giving it to him. And then as soon as my reason thoughts come back, I'm like, I have to reach my bag quickly. And that time when I'm turning to take my bag up, it was gone. It disappeared into thin air. So I turned back, he gave me my jacket back, and then I wear my jacket. Then I confront him. I asked him why he's taking my bag. And I was so calm. I didn't even scream. I just asked him, why are you taking my bag? And since he can't speak English, he just mumbled something and then he started to run off. That's how I got played, but I believe that he was working with another person, so the other person was waiting for the right opportunity to snatch my bag, and he was there to distract me. It only hit me when I realized that my passport was in the bag, and now I was gonna be trapped in Greece. I wouldn't be able to go out of Greece. So that hit me very hard, but I was still calm about the whole situation because most of the things that went there were things that I can replace, like my camera. My husband eventually came back and we went to the hotel. We explained the situation to the receptionist, and they advised that the following day we have to go to the police station to open the case so that we can go to the embassy of SA to apply for a new traveling document. Thank God that he was there because he pushed me to block my cards. And after everything, guys, I was still in a bubble saying to him that no, they're not going to do anything with the cards. They're not that stupid, blah, 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 blah. My reasoning mind was not there. And I had my husband's card. So my husband blocked his cards. Then I followed after that. And only a few minutes later, we received an SMS from his bank that they've spent 300. So I thank God that he was there. That's how our trip became a mess in Athens. The following day, we went to the police station, and the way the crime is so bad, they even have a tourist police station, and you get to see that most tourists get robbed because there were a lot of people when we arrived, and people were explaining that they got robbed, same thing as others was other tricks that they pull on them. It's just a mess of a place. It's beautiful, but the crime part of it is not beautiful. I opened my case, I got my statement, and then we rushed to another area, which is so far from where we were. So it was kind of an adventure, and it was a really nice place when we got there where the embassy is. So that process altogether to apply for a new document, it takes about 2 to 3 days. So that meant that we had to extend our stay in Athens, which was nice. But it was costly, and we had to move our flights twice at a cost, and even that traveling document I had to pay, guys. So we ended up spending more money in Athens and also losing money because the plan was to go back to Turkey for a day, so we had to cancel accommodation in Turkey. That's how I managed to resolve my situation and to learn from it, honestly, because when such things happen to anyone, I think it's very important to quickly detach so that you can look at the situation as is and have some peace so that you can draw out some lessons from that situation. And that's what I got from it, honestly. Always be vigilant. Crime is everywhere. Crime is not a respecter of a person, race, or a place. If it wants to happen, it will just come out of nowhere and strike. So that's what I took from the whole situation, that don't be too naive when you go to other countries. Be on guard and alert all the time. So yeah, that is the end of my story. And there was more drama, guys. When I got to the airport, I was denied entry, but all I can say is God came through and I am here back in SA safe. So would I go back to Greece? Yes, I would go back. I know that it is not 100% safe, especially Athens, but the islands are great. There was no day where we felt that we are in danger or this crime, but Athens, you just need to be more careful. I would definitely go back because we ended up not going to the Acropolis. And yeah, that's it with the video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you on the next one. Bye.